Righteous man is like a tree that is planted by the riverside of water. It brings forth its fruits in due seasons, and its leaves will never ever wither. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the second episode on Last Prophecy. The very second episode on Last Prophecy, here on Jesus for the Streets. I am Abayomi Daniels, your host from this side of the world. I always love to be here. It gives me joy to be here, and I'm happy you are also there listening and watching us live, possibly. Really appreciate God for another opportunity to do this. And if you've been with us, this is our second video. Jesus for the Streets is a podcast that comes your way on special days like this. When God has a message for his people, we appear. And when God tells us to do nothing, we do nothing. But we appreciate all our fans who have been writing us, asking us to come online. We are here, we are live, and I hope you are also happy to be there. So Jesus for the Street is about dissemination of light, it's about wisdom, it's about understanding, it's about healing, it's about positivities, it's about oneness with yourself, opportunity to be more aware about yourself. So it's about light, it's about love, it's about all the wonderful things of this world. We are happy to be the one to dish out all these things. We are just a messenger. Remember, we are just a messenger. God tells us to do what we do. And here on Jesus for the Streets, part of the things we do is how we give our offering. We give in so many special ways. We believe that you can continue to give the way you have always been giving, but don't let anybody also deceive you. You can also spend all those things on yourself, and don't let anybody also deceive you. You can spend it on God, yourself, and even everyone else outside you. And you can also share your blessing with us. We love to share blessings to you here on Jesus for the Streets. So quickly, ladies and gentlemen, this week our experience is our breathing exercise is going to be different. Righteous man is like a tree that is planted by the riverside of water. It brings forth its fruits in due seasons, and its leaves will never ever wither. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the second episode on Last Prophecy. The very second episode on Last Prophecy, here on Jesus for the Streets. I am Abayomi Daniels, your host from this side of the world. I always love to be here. It gives me joy to be here, and I'm happy you are also there listening and watching us live, possibly. Really appreciate God for another opportunity to do this. And if you've been with us, this is our second video. Jesus for the Streets is a podcast that comes your way on special days like this. When God has a message for his people, we appear. And when God tells us to do nothing, we do nothing. But we appreciate all our fans who have been writing us, asking us to come online. We are here, we are live, and I hope you are also happy to be there. So Jesus for the Street is about dissemination of light, it's about wisdom, it's about understanding, it's about healing, it's about positivities, it's about oneness with yourself, opportunity to be more aware about yourself. So it's about light, it's about love, it's about all the wonderful things of this world. We are happy to be the one to dish out all these things. We are just a messenger. Remember, we are just a messenger. God tells us to do what we do. And here on Jesus for the Streets, part of the things we do is how we give our offering. We give in so many special ways. We believe that you can continue to give the way you have always been giving, but don't let anybody also deceive you. You can also spend all those things on yourself, and don't let anybody also deceive you. You can spend it on God, yourself, and even everyone else outside you. And you can also share your blessing with us. We love to share blessings to you here on Jesus for the Streets. So quickly, ladies and gentlemen, this week our experience is going to, our breathing exercise is going to be different. This time around, I want you to mention your name. So when you mention your name, just add success. So you breathe in for about 4 seconds and mention your name. I, for one, I'll be like Abayomi. And when you exhale for about 4 seconds, just say success is success. So this is about success for us. When a man is successful, remember we talked in the last episode, we mentioned something like success has no secret. Our voice is forever ringing through the marketplace, crying in the wilderness, and the burden of our cry is one word: will. For as many who have seen the light, for as many who are willing, for as many who are believing God for success on one thing or the other, just mention your name deeply and add success is successful. Just make it make sense in your own mind. Remember, you can watch me. Do it as many times as possible, and make sure you are not practicing this while driving or while being engaged in active engagement. Jesus for the Streets. Last prophecy. Kalebu Shatariba. Holy Ghost, take control. Thank you. So, we are even talking about last prophecy. We've been talking about so many things. The theories of men are subject to successive changes, and no limit can be set to the variety of interpretations. But we need to grow. We need to find growth in learning. You need to appreciate learning. When you do that, you'll be younger. You'll be younger physically, you'll be younger mentally. It will help you to stay young. Because when you look at these young children, especially this Gen Z, their curiosity is top notch. They want to know everything. They are curious. They are always, their mind is, so it's changing. So you need to be there as a father, as a brother, as an uncle. You need to also appreciate minds like that, because it keeps you young. You won't need too many makeups. When others are paying millions to make their body push out, you just look good at all times. So these are the little things that comes with changes and the need for growth. Exactly, the need for growth. You should be someone that is, you take refuge in truth. You are honest with yourself. You are not living in denial. You need to find your level. You need to find your consciousness, advancing to that level. Because this is the plan of God for you. Everybody is expected to be a seeker. When you are a seeker, there will be no need for prophets. If everybody is a seeker, there will be no need for prophets. There will be no need for a seer. So some of us have to engage, have to find. You need to love the process. Excuse me. You need to love the process. You need to enjoy the process. Don't let anybody deceive you. When you enjoy, there is fun. Is in enjoying the process. That's why when you get to gym, you push the first one. You go again, you push. No, I go back. You go again the third time. No. There are so many things like that. These are literally even before setting up today. At some point, we almost thought, let's give up. But here we are today. Imagine recording the second episode. So this is the grace of God. Yet, they are part of the blessings you enjoy when you learn to follow the process. When you learn to follow the process. When you are not the person who quits easily. So they are part of the blessings. These are the things you celebrate in other people. But what we are trying to tell you is that with the help of law of attraction, you can attract anything that you want. And I always tell my people, if you have never practiced law of attraction before, please, I'm begging you in the name of God, think very, very big when you are practicing it for the first time. Because majority, I've read it in some of our group meetings too, that was the experience. Majority always attract that very thing. So this is what we preach. It has nothing to do with charts. It's just about opening your third eye. God, people, open your third eye. You need to start using your third eye. When you open your third eye, you don't need anybody to watch you. You don't need anybody to tell you shit. You'll be able to look at, you'll be able to understand yourself more. You will grow. You will love growth. Truth will not be bitter to you. Yes, they say truth is bitter. Truth will not be bitter to you. It will be an opportunity. Because I just learned a skill. That you can actually, when they say bring your friends close, bring your enemies closer, many people don't understand what it means. When you know someone is, always against you, you need to learn how to use them. Bringing them closer does not mean you don't need to, you don't need to maybe get them to how do I put it? Like maybe they need to visit you, you need to get them closer, you need to know their spouse. But you need to appreciate what they say. I'm not going to say more than that. Those kind of wisdom are expensive, because it's even expensive for many. You need to listen to what they say, because what they are telling you, if you work on them, you will just see that your life will continue to be progressive, because they are feedbacks. They are not actually insults. It's insult. They think they are insulting you, but they are feeding you back. They are giving you the vital information you need for the acceleration of your growth. Ladies and gentlemen, let us jump into the topic. Yes, my producer is already telling me, what is prophecy? Prophecy has to do with fortune telling. A prophet is someone who can look into the future and predict an outcome of events. And I'm excited to be a prophet on this journey to light. Believe me, this is what I love most. Telling people what I have learned. Just sharing light about, going about doing good. Like my brother, Jesus. So I am just Jesus for the street. We take care of the street. Prophecy is a prediction of future events or a message from a supernatural being to a person. It can also refer to ability to predict the future. We do all these things. If you follow me on social media, I do it for fun. Sometimes the universe cautions me that that's not why you have that gift. It's not to be doing all those things. Sometimes, So, but it is what it is. But I've enjoyed this journey from the beginning of my life to date, with evidences and alibis, however you want it. So it's about predicting the future. It's about ability to predict the future. The word prophecy comes from the Greek word prophetia, which means gift of interpreting the will of God. It's a gift. It comes natural. So when I'm coming with last prophecy, I'm not saying it because I know my tribemen, I know a few of my siblings that when you interview them, and you tell them, they'll say, yes, it's true. It's true. And it's not just about dreaming alone. I now realize that gifts, gifts vary. Gifts vary. The word prophecy comes from the Greek word prophetia, which means gift of interpreting the will of God. Prophecies can take many forms, including dreams, visions, auditions, arbitration from other prophets, and trance states. Yet, prophecies can take many forms. That's just what I was about to say. It can take many forms. There are some that you'll be the one that will do the permutation. There are some that will come to you in a dream. There are some is a trance. So they come in different forms. So the Bible contains many examples of prophets, including Jeremiah, Isaiah, Daniel, Lamentations, I love Lamentations, Ezekiel, with many prophecies and manifestations. Many prophecies and manifestations. Types of prophecy can be classified on the basis of inspiration, behavior, and office. I have given myself this office. I should just tell it how it is. Anybody that can help with deciphering is welcome. But on my own, I'm still trying on deciphering. These were the things I'm hoping that Elon Musk can always assist me with. Maybe sometimes in the future we can agree to disagree. I just give it to you the way it is. So there is nothing stopping us from working together. How can we record our visions? How can we record them, then work on them, analyze these things we are saying? So because I figured out that many of them eventually happens. They happen, I beg your pardon. So why not pay attention to them? If they all happen, some people say deja vu is more than that. It's more than that. So the types of prophecy can be classified on the basis of inspiration, behavior, and office. Divinatory prophets include seers, oracle givers, soothsayers, diviners. All of them predict the future or tell divine will in oracular statements by means of instruments, dreams, telepathy, clairvoyance, visions, received in the frenzied state of ecstasy, predictions and foretellings. Yes, it happens to me like that. Sometimes, if you stay away from maybe alcohol, no Canada, nothing for a long time, and on the first hit like this, sometimes visions will just so that frenzied state. Sometimes some of us who are old souls, some of us who are star seeds, we connect on another frequency, and we are able to see things that are yet to happen. And so when they do, sometimes some will look so awkward, you will want to fast and pray. At some point I stop fasting, I just start living. That look, whatever happens, until I'm able to jam some people who can help to record, to analyze, then to recommend and archive. Which I think only wizards like Elon Musk, can be used for and can recommend someone to us. So, but till then, we'll continue to live, we'll continue to try as much as possible to also do this. So, all these things, they are forms, they are means through which you can get to see vision, predictions, and foretelling. However, may also be the result of inspiration of common sense. Thank you. And the intelligent observation of situations and events. Don't limit it to also, there are sometimes, that's what I meant by permutations. But sometimes you are the one that will just permutate an event together. Like one of the things, an example is the last prophecy. Another part that buttresses that vision is or was a pattern. I would say it's a pattern, I beg your pardon. Is a pattern in the last 3 governments. So that helps to also confirm or affirm a prophecy or a vision. So there are no limit to all this, frenzied states alone. Sometimes you can just sit down and just, have a flash of an experience in your mind, and you'll be like, wow, if this had happened to Lagbaja Tamedu, this is something that is likely to happen to this other person too. So, ladies and gentlemen, who is it that says, and it comes to pass when the Lord commanded it not? That is Lamentation 3:37. Lamentation 3:37. Who is that person that says, I am not enough to say that something will happen. I am just telling you what I see, or what I can deduce, or what I can permutate in your own situation. So it's a gift for me to help people, because that is how I run my life too. And I have a light that never goes out. And I'm grateful for that grace. So I am a nobody. And anybody that is telling you anything is also a nobody. I've seen many things. There are still some visions, there are still some revelations or prophecies in the Bible that are yet to happen. E.g., the returning of Jesus Christ. But do we not fold our hands and say, because it is not? No, it is a gift for you to gain an entrance into future. So why not grab it and use it? Or at least let it enter here, you to analyze it on your own. It doesn't matter. So this verse is a passage that explores the relationship between divine sovereignty and human experience. It emphasizes that God is in control of all circumstances and that not all calamities happen outside God's wills. I'll take that last line again. Not all calamities happen outside of God's will. God knows about everything. What you are saying could be a flash of what He gives you, but then the meaning is the exact opposite. All these things are happening. They are happening. And they are there for the usefulness of mankind. Yes, what of days when and where we are completely wrong? 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 9. Earlier we say scriptures you cannot abide, but then no but. Okay, let me put it that way. No but. The thing just is, when you need to get to that consciousness we were talking about. But when you get to that consciousness, you need other means to buttress, to reaffirm what you are actually trying to talk about. So it helps you to make a better or more informed, prophecy. Sometimes you only get to see one, and that one might not be enough to decipher it. And sometimes you see it in a synchronicity. Then now you have something buttressing something. So that was what we made. So I don't want anybody to say, you said we cannot find refuge in scripture, but you are reading scripture. This one is reaffirming what was a personal conviction before. So that's just the point. So in case, what are those days when you now when we are completely wrong, when you prophesy like this and things happen the other way? What are those things that are happening? We can find the the answer to that in 1 Corinthians 13:9. 1 Corinthians 13:9. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. We know that when Christ appears, we will be like Him. That prophecy has been. We know when He appears in the sky, we will be like Him. That is, we will make heaven. So we believe we will make heaven. For we will see Him as He is. He's still a prophecy yet to materialize. So there are prophecies that are like that. And we all believe that moment is coming and we are expectant. We know that when Christ appears, we will be like Him, for we will see Him as He is. He's still a prophecy that is yet to materialize. The book Lamentations is also about the suffering of the nation after the destruction of Jerusalem. Verse 37 is a moment of realization that emphasizes God's sovereignty. Ladies and gentlemen, the book of Lamentations. This leads us to last prophecy. these prophecies came to me from God. They came to me from God. And I'm happy that we are getting to the prophecy. I'm happy that we are getting to the most interesting part. So, but we needed to do all those things for somebody who is not used to prophecy. So that's what it means, and it's been long. People have been using it with divination, through clairvoyance, through Ifa, through, many people use it to predict the future. So, and I'm just happy to be one of those agents that when I can hack into your energy, I can understand you completely and recommend, a scientific Jesus through repetitions of mantras. I'm sure you've seen many, Muslims when they are praying sometimes, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. You see their hand on rosaries, or tesbah. You see that they make sometimes there's some counting. There's a reason why you need to repeat some things over and over again. So, and when you now master the art of repeating positive affirmations, you will realize that you'll be experiencing positivity in your life. So these are the things that we have made a culture here. Like when we say to yourself, Abayomi Garnet is success. Jesus for the streets is success. Mention the name of your business is success. By the time you repeat it 10 times, don't be surprised that one of them might have. So just repeat it consciously and let it rest. So those are part of our own ways here. But here I would want you to know that these visions, they come from God, and they come to us for different reasons. These prophecies came to me from God at about this time 4 years ago, in the first term reign of current President-elect Donald Trump in 2020. Yes, that was when I had that vision. The current President-elect, which will be sworn in, which is already sworn in, I believe, by the time you are getting this episode. I beg your pardon. Sometimes being in the present, trying to work in the future, you just get mixed up in the whole time thing. But yeah, it was during the first term of President Trump. I told President Trump he will win if he surrendered power, take a time out, and come back again. Yeah, that was around January 6th. When there was this issue of vote fraud, and President Trump was finding it difficult to concede. There were so many things that you expect from a leader that time. He didn't practice then. But then this vision now came that I told President Trump he will win again. I was really into his energy then. Back then I was his strong supporter. Yeah, so please, I want you to know that there is nothing wrong from being here and changing, like we were saying earlier in the previous episode. We change. Then the information I had then made me I learned his tools, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate him as a person, as a leader, even though I do not adopt some of his tactics again, like I used to. So I told President Trump he will win if he surrendered power, take time out, and come back again, never to give up. He will win the next time. And to God's glory, he did. Because I have to be grateful for that. There is no person that comes into power without God's intervention. It's in the Bible. And the Bible says anybody that comes, if Peter Obi becomes president, I am forced to be humble to him. I am forced to serve him. I am, not necessarily serve him willingly, but I'm forced to, I'm forced to work with him. So the same way it will probably be with Trump, but then I can also work from apart. So what are we saying? This vision came and he did. So during all this timing, like I said, I had already hacked into his energy. I was all in. Because that's good for you. I'm with you. I'm all in. So I was all in at this time. So I know what I'm saying. So he took a simple message from the current president as at this day of recording, Mr. Portus, President Joe Biden. He took him a sentence for me to realize, like, if you're giving my community, giving the kind of person that I am destined to be, giving the kind of light that source deposited in me, giving my fraternity, my kind of people, I'm not supposed to be with Trump. Everything negated it. It was a shock discovery. And I'm like, damn, how can I represent humanity and I find myself, I'm working for someone who is, who is divisive, who doesn't care, who doesn't, who just, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I was in the wrong family. And it doesn't matter. I've realized myself, I've seen myself, I realized that I belong to light. And if I say to myself that I belong to light, then I'll be lying if I belong to that car. So I had to change. Joe Biden just wrote it. What was that line again? It was, oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Yeah, that's one thing we also, law of attraction helps us with. So I just read something about I read something about my community. Sorry for that. So when there was this line that just caught my attention. Help is on the way. So I read about it. I didn't tell anybody. It kept ringing in my head, and President Joe Biden just wrote something, and he wrote, help is on the way. And I was like, and I saw a connection, and that triggered series of information getting downloaded in my mind, and I'm like, I was working for a long time. So this time around, I'm back, and I'm glad that at least in my lifetime, I'm able to quickly right the wrong, by being with Democrats, because I am a Democrat. I am for the people, and until God tells me otherwise, until God says, okay, go to the other side, then maybe I'll go to the other side. But for now, this is about the first nation in the world. So don't be like, it's about Trump. Trump just got elected. So you need to let your mind be ready for what you're about to witness for the next 4 years of your life. I remember that during the first term of President Trump, so many youths were happy in Nigeria. Youths, all of them. They were all happy, excited in Nigeria because they were so blessed. So you need to have an understanding of what is likely to happen. Be expectant at the same time, so that is what information is all about. Information is to help you to make well-informed decisions. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to be joining the curtain on the second episode. You can see we have gravitated into the prophecy, and now it is the prophecy moving forward. I'm sure you are looking forward to what next 4 years is going to look like. So I'm equally curious. Sometimes some people will hear your prophecy, they will go and work on it, and they get away with it. But more often than not, so what you see is what you get. The only thing is that back then, in the spiritual realm, they might look so awkward, so terrifying, only that when they are happening in real life, you'd be like, was this what you were so worried about that you even had to go and meet? I swear, those were the issues back then. That I saw this dream, so but now we realize that some of them cannot be helped, but they can help you to align yourself with the future. What is your name? Mention your name. You are a success. You are bound to be successful. You are bound to be inspired. You are bound to be blessed. It is your birthright to be blessed. The money you are looking for, they are not just going to print it. It's there somewhere. It's just for you to open your eyes to see it. May you receive sight. May your third eyes be opened. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet again in the next episode, the third and probably the last episode on this series. I still remain your humble host. I am Abayomi Daniels from Lagos, Nigeria. Next episode, stay tuned. Trump, so many youths were happy in Nigeria. Youths, all of them. They were all happy, excited in Nigeria because they were so blessed. So you need to have an understanding of what is likely to happen. Be expectant at the same time, so that is what information is all about. Information is to help you to make well-informed decisions. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to be drawing the curtain on the second episode. You can see we have gravitated into the prophecy, and now it is the prophecy moving forward. I'm sure you are looking forward to what next 4 years is going to look like. So I'm equally curious. Sometimes some people will hear your prophecy, they will go and work on it, and they get away with it. But more often than not, so what you see is what you get. The only thing is that back then, in the spiritual realm, they might look so awkward, so terrifying, only that when they are happening in real life, you'd be like, was this what you were so worried about that you even had to go and meet? I swear, those were the issues back then. That I saw this dream, so but now we realize that some of them cannot be helped, but they can help you to align yourself with the future. What is your name? Mention your name. You are a success. You are bound to be successful. You are bound to be inspired. You are bound to be blessed. It is your birthright to be blessed. The money you are looking for, they are not just going to print it. It's there somewhere. It's just for you to open your eyes to see it. May you receive sight. May your third eyes be opened. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet again in the next episode, the third and probably the last episode on this series. I still remain your humble host. I am Abayomi Daniels from Lagos, Nigeria. Next episode, stay tuned.